Well, hello everybody, once again, yet again, it's this thing again. Today we're looking at the man of Pac. It's Pac-Man. You don't need to be really introduced to this. This is the one developed by Namco and published by Tengen before it was a bootleg cartridge, back when Tengen and Nintendo still, didn't hate each other or something like that. I don't know how the story goes, but yeah, one day the Namco published version will come out, and I'm not gonna play it because this will be good enough. It's the exact same game. So let me hit you off with some Tengen Pac-Man here. Not not exactly how it's supposed to sound compared to the arcade original, but that's all right. Now, I'm not particularly skilled at Pac-Man. I'm not, like, unbelievably god-awful, probably. But, don't expect to see top-level Pac-Man play here. See, like, right there, I'm feeling like I'm gonna run into that, pink ghost immediately. Now, you might say, hey, chase down the ghosts immediately. Get your full points in them. I'm like, I'm too bad at the game to do that. Check this out. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting fooled by the controls just a little bit here. I forgot you do have to pretty much hold down where you're going to go prior to the turn, not right at the turn. That always makes things a little complicated here. Can we pass one stage of Pac-Man without getting roasted, though? The answer is yes. Convincingly. We didn't even get one death. Perfect. So, yeah, I mean, you all know Pac-Man. It's not Miss Pac-Man, where you have a wide variety of mazes. It's not Pac-Man Jr. It's not Pac-Man Arrangement. It is just your boy Pac-Man. I tried to set something up much better there, but then totally lost track of what I was trying to do. You understand. So, if I recall correctly, all of the ghosts in Pac-Man, they don't actively, like, directly chase you, but they rather have, behavioral patterns that, cause them to, get all up in your junk in different various ways. I'm trying to verbalize it, but I'm also trying to play Pac-Man at a, mildly respectable level here. I know there's a strawberry there. You don't got to hold that over my head. I'll get it. There. Done. 400? Good. 800. I was a little worried that I would perish there, but not the case. Now, I should be able to... Yeah. We're good. Perfect. I thought it froze for a second to give me a little death animation, but not true. The classic sound. The classic song. And just the same maze. I saw kind of like a comparison meme that took all the Pac-Man games. It was like, hey, play Pac-Man 1 if you want to master a single thing so intensely. Oh, come on. It did warn me, to be fair. That's my own fault for dying there. But, what was I saying? Yeah, it said, play Pac-Man 1 if you want to focus on mastery of the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Play Miss Pac-Man if you want a little bit of variety in your mastery. And it just kind of, kept going with all the different little subdivisions of Pac-Man. Nice. I was cutting that a little bit close, but it was worth it, as you can see. So, a little ashamed to have died early on there, but... But what are you going to really do about it, right? The main issue was that I had gotten greedy. That was what caused that death. Alright. We're picking up speed a little bit. And I mean, literally, it's just getting physically faster. Incredible. I was gonna say, I don't love how I'm kind of, losing track of where I'm at here. Oh, don't... We're fine. We'll come back there, you know? We'll be back there at some point. I am immediately getting the feeling that the red ghost is... Okay, that was my fault. Is the most aggressive of the bunch. What makes me say that? Oh, well, you know, he's chasing me down every single time here. I think, yeah, the red ghost is the most directly aggressive. I believe the orange one is the least. I think he just kind of floats around, and if he happens to trap you, well, then congratulations, you got trapped. And I know they all have names, but I'm not up on my Pac-Man lore, you know? Haven't played all the Pac-Man World games. Come on, man. Bad. Did I say bad? I meant incredible, amazing, beyond human comprehension. Okay, well. Maybe it's the blue one that just kind of is off in his own world. He seems to very rarely be playing a big part in this. That's 20,000 points, and that's not enough for an extra life, as you can plainly see. It's very unfortunate. I could have used one. But hey, you know, with a game like Pac-Man, it's like, what are you going to say? Oh no, I didn't progress properly. There's no real levels. You're just, you know, doing the same thing over and over. No! that was almost really good, but it wasn't. Okay, so 7 minutes into the video, it's our first game over, 20,000. What do you want from me? It's Pac-Man. Now this, of course, obviously not a one-to-one arcade conversion. Very few NES games are. Just didn't have the power. But it's infinitely better than the Atari 2600 conversion, one of many games that gave the 2600 its absolutely abysmal reputation. Oh, what you're probably thinking, abysmal reputation? Oh, it's like the granddaddy of home video games. It's like, oh, kind of. But also kind of not. No, it was a very important system. I will not deny... Come on, man. I will not deny that for a moment. But there's also a reason that it was kind of also responsible for the video game crash. Congratulations, you crashed the industry you helped birth. Now here, we intentionally go out of our way to eat some more ghosts, because it's more points. That's all I'm getting greedy for, no more. Upset that I lost a life so early. Again, if you enjoy these arcade-style episodes, I'm glad one of us does. I don't think this game's gonna surprise me quite like Millipede, because unlike Millipede, I've played enough Pac-Man to know what I'm getting into. Millipede, that was kind of more of a... Hold on, there we go. That was more of a, I don't know what I'm doing, what is this, oh god, I'm 5, help. And because of that, it wound up surprising me in all the best ways. Now, obviously, what you're watching here is not high score competition levels. This is little baby boy Pac-Man, like your little brother plays it on Christmas Day when you get your brand new Nintendo and you get Pac-Man for it. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to rag on Pac-Man here. There's a reason it's one of the most successful arcade games of all time. The whole munching the dots in the maze, it's a heavily iconic gameplay style. I mean, heck, we saw it emulated in Fantasy Zone The Maze, over on the Sega Master System. If you don't watch the Master System series, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's like peak content around here. Through virtue of nobody else touching the Master System on YouTube. That's what my big break's gonna be, you know? People will say, hey, this guy has looked at a Master System once in his life. Good enough for me. No, I'm not seeking a big break in the YouTube stratosphere here. You can tell by the fairly laid-back, minimal amount of effort that I put into my content here. I hit play, and then we just go forward. Oh, we're fine. We're not fine. We're fine. Oh, come on. I think I may have hit back there on accident. But I cornered myself anyway. I thought the pink was going to turn left on the first turn, but no, it called my bluff and went all the way to the top. The sound effects kind of got a little desynced in a goofy way there. You can hear it happen pretty frequently. But, of course, this is still a very playable port of Pac-Man here. That's what I was talking about before. Dang it. Before I completely lost my own plot there, talking about the 2600. The 2600 version was not so playable. The massive amount of flicker, the absolutely abysmal graphics, like... People like to rag on E.T. for being like, oh, it crashed the gaming market. It's like, well, it helped, yeah, but honestly, Pac-Man played a bigger part than you think. And I'm talking specifically Atari Pac-Man, because the expectations were so high, the lacking delivery really came back to bite them. When nobody expects anything from you, it's not that bad. Like, yeah, E.T. wasn't a great game, but at the same time, there wasn't really a precedence for an E.T. video game at that point here, right? Whereas, when you buy Pac-Man and it winds up being bad, well then you've just been betrayed, you know? You're like, how can this be? Pac-Man is the greatest game ever! And then you open it up, you play it, and it wasn't the greatest thing ever, and then you go, what the heck? Ah, shit. I'm particularly bad at getting cornered in Pac-Man, which is why I'm not very good at it. I mean, look at that. That was regression right there. It wasn't even as good as the first run. It's still incredibly hot in Minnesota, by the way. Just throwing that out there. We've had heat advisories on all day. Actually, all week. It's just been a constant war of attrition, and the heat is winning. It is 10 degrees cooler in Las Vegas, Nevada right now than it is in Minnesota. And you know, Las Vegas, everyone's always like, oh, it's hot there. Like, apparently famously so. Well, back up, there's a new dog in town. Oh, I'm really glad that he didn't come up for a little peek at me there. Mine's like the worst joke of all time, which you've all heard. What does the Pokemon fan say to the girl he's interested in? He says, "Hey, girl, let me Pikachu." Yeah, you know, peek at you. It's the actual worst thing in the world. So, if you were subscribed before, unsubscribe, dislike this video. I deserve it. I don't fully deserve it because I didn't make the joke up. If I came up with that abomination, then I would be a war criminal. I think that actually violates the Geneva Convention. See, I clearly need my power pellet strategies to improve. Right now, I'm just like, I don't know. I could probably gobble it right now. But if you're going for the high score, you know, I know they have these, super fancy ghost setups and stuff. I'm not out here playing Pac-Man 99 for all the marbles, dude. I'm not here playing Pac-Man 99 at all. Dude, I shouldn't be alive. I sincerely should be dead right now. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I remember when I was a kid, I used to always play my dad's Amiga, his Amiga computer, because it was just filled to the brim with freeware. We had this CD collection. I believe it was called like Aminet, and it was basically just like a annual, like a kind of release of everybody's freeware and their demos and stuff. There were some commercial demos and stuff, but I wasn't into that because, you know, demos, the game just tells you, no, you can't play anymore after a limited time. No, I was always into just the free games, and there was one on it which was called Wolfpack. And it has nothing to do with NWO Wolfpack, nothing to do with anything like that. No, it was basically a tech demo. I mean, it was a full-fledged game. It really was, but it was like this this proof of concept that said, hey, what if we combined Wolfenstein with Pac-Man? Now, immediately you ask, what does that mean? It literally just means that it was 3D Pac-Man, which of course, on paper, when you're a kid, you're like, ooh, incredible, that sounds super cool, I want to play 3D Pac-Man. But then, you actually play it and you realize, the game is kind of heavily dependent on knowing where the ghosts are going. And that was not the only 3D Pac-Man game on the Amiga either. There were a number of them that all more or less had the exact same problems, but I remember being actually kind of nostalgic for a couple of them. Despite the fact that they're games that nobody will ever talk about again, and they'll be forgotten in time, I say as I'm talking about it. Oh, come on. I don't count as people, though, so it's fine. I was gonna say, don't intercept me. Good, we're fine. We're fine. No problems here. Like, I don't even know the best launch-off point. I know that there's probably, like, a tier list of, like, best cardinal directions to go at the start of a round of Pac-Man, and I'm probably breaking every rule in that book. See, like that right there. That right there. That's just... It's just sad. Pathetic. You know, you really do look at a game like Pac-Man, and then you talk about, like, other ports, and you're like, oh, well, how bad can a port be, right? I mean, they're pretty simple graphics, but there is a pretty big difference. Even in just, like, you know, the little icons and stuff, like the fruit in the arcade machine looks way better than the fruit in the NES version here. I can't believe I avoided death. I can't believe I beat the stage. Okay. Well, we should be right on track for a new high score then, right? Dude! It's just a man in a sheet! I never knew that! Incredible. There's gotta be like an end of Pac-Man, right? Like when you've seen all of the lore. What I'm saying is there has to be like a cutoff point where those scenes just end. Like, it's like, hey, you've seen all of the special scenes in Pac-Man. Congratulations, nerd. Get a life. That's definite high score territory, though. I mean, look at this. Wonderful. Almost not wonderful, but I made it. Ah, come on. I should have gone up. But I think I tried to press up, but in all my panic, I hit right, as you saw with your own eyes. It's no Pac-Man Championship Edition, I'll tell you that. Somewhere out there, the world's greatest Pac-Man fan just cried because I said that. Dared to put Championship Edition above the original? No, come on! It's going too fast for me now. That was just blatantly not the direction I had intended to go, but, you know, being able to properly navigate the game is part of being good at it. You can't just win a game on good intentions alone. Shockingly enough. Oh. You know what? That's a reset. That's a reset right there. Ooh, it kept my high score. Shout out to you, Retro Arc, for maintaining the high score. Through thick and thin. Alright, let's get cornered again. It is... The controls are especially brutal on this Xbox controller that I'm using here. Like, I have kind of like a small, inconvenient D-pad or a joystick, and that's it. And the joystick... actually, if I get used to it, that might be okay. It might be better than the D-pad, now that I'm actually giving it a fair shot. Again, you just gotta remember. Turn before the corner. Yeah, just like that. Okay, maybe joysticking it is the way to go. I was gonna say, don't you dare! Okay, well, it didn't matter. I was gonna go down into the left anyway, but then there's Pink Ghost, who, as far as I can see, their artificial intelligence is most definitely more aligned with intercepting you. So Red seems to chase you down. Pink seems to block you off. Blue has kind of been doing its own thing for the vast majority of what I've been playing here. However, that doesn't mean that Pink won't run into you every now and then. She almost did right there. That is the best Haro in Gundam, by the way, the pink Haro. Lacus Klein owns in Gundam Seed, the one that cusses and is just overly aggressive for no reason. So if you're into your Gundam Haro lore, then you're weird. Now, you may say, why are you going out of your way to get the strawberry? That's dangerous. And I'd say yes. Yes, it is. But I'm feeling dangerous. Check it out! That's a win. Well, I mean, it'd be a better win if I didn't lose a life on this run already, but... Yeah, we've seen it. I know. Don't worry. We're definitely gonna hit round 255 and see it start bugging out. That's our goal here. It's gonna be easy. That's dangerous. But when you want the points, you know? And boy, did I want the points. Okay. We're fine. Just don't panic. Don't panic, and you'll be okay. Should have gone up and around for those pellets back there. Those pellets missing is going to set me back 50 years. Or it won't bother me at all. Check it out, man. Yeah! Check it out! Incredible stuff! I just, you know, set myself up for failure every time. Such is Pac-Man. I don't know if I'm gonna set another high score, you know, to be honest. I don't know. I'm just not good at it. I'm sure that anybody who is half good is going to have a stroke watching this gameplay, because they'll be like, what is this rank amateur doing? You're not supposed to turn left at Ghost Avenue. You're supposed to sneak into them when they got the... Come on. Well, it would help if you press up when you intend to go up as well. I'll give you that one. That one's probably a gimme in terms of strategy. That, however, that's just rude. I told you, no high scores. We're done with high scores. And see, I'm gonna wrap this background to Millipede again. Millipede, it did eventually actually have a little bit of variety. You know, you had different bugs coming down. You had to deal with a bunch of different things. Pac-Man, it is as they say. It is mastering the same repetitive task repeatedly. And yes, I get that that's a big part of the appeal. I don't know. I'm not quite in the Pac-Man gang. I respect the game, no doubt about it. I'm not sitting here trying to, you know, tell it that it's the ugliest kid at school. Not even close. But if we're talking even other arcade games, there are others that that speak to my soul just a little bit more. We've got one coming up in, you know, several weeks. To say I have the game list in front of me and I'm like, oh, it's right there. It's on the list, but it's like halfway down the screens, and between this and the Master System, yeah, this series, it's gonna go slow. I know there was the point where I was pumping out like 2 episodes a day, but jeez, you really can't keep that pace. That's probably why I burned out and stopped recording. 1 a day? That I can deal with. Now this is a terrible... Yeah, I was gonna say, that was not what I should have done. That was, again, me getting greedy and trying to preserve the power pellet for longer than I should have preserved it for. The end result was me not preserving my own life and being murdered by ghosts. Which is probably the most family-friendly death metal title ever. Murdered by Ghosts. I can hear it now in all of its down-tuned riffage. Okay. Hold on. I was gonna say, I had to really concentrate for a second there to make sure I didn't get fooled yet again by the terrible ghosts. I'm probably missing something important with the fruits too. Maybe they have a... Do they serve a bigger purpose besides just points? Or am I losing my mind? Unsure. There we go. Nice little extra life in the chamber. Ooh, look at that though. Come on! Why you gotta turn off into my lane? Again, greed. Heavy, heavy greed. I'm like, I just want the peach, man. It's a peach, right? It's not an apricot. Join the Pac-Man fruit debate squad, where we debate what the fruits in Pac-Man are. I'd be able to tell in the arcade, because, you know, more graphics. Not better graphics, more graphics. Ooh, baby, that was almost terrible. Thank you, Orange Man, for just ducking out of the way there. I was so convinced I was going to eat it in a big way. What have I learned about taking this bottom tunnel? It rarely pans out. It panned out that time, but that's why I said rarely and not never. Dude, I'm stressing. I think that's maybe my biggest issue with Pac-Man is, you know, I just, I stress over it. Oh my god. No! cornered by Blue Boy again. I don't know. I haven't figured out any of their AI, is what I'm trying to tell you here. It's all still anomalous to me. All still amogus to me. I really, you know, speaking of amogus, I really do not understand how people can play that game for so long. Like, I put in like maybe like 20 hours of it with friends, and by the end of that I was like, yep, alright, I'm done. That was one game, guys. Neat. And then they just kept playing it. And I'm like, yo, I'm glad you like it, but how? Or like the Twitch streamers who, like, they stream Among Us for like 7 hours every day, and you're like, I don't get it. How can you even stand to do that for that long? I mean, they're clearly built differently. And what do we say to the god of death? Reset. I mean, it literally doesn't matter if I reset or if I don't reset. There are no stakes in this game at all. Like, oh no, I died. Now I go back to level 1, which is the same as all the other levels. And again, that's not a snarky knock on the game for being like, oh, it has 1 level, so it's not good. No, I get that the level was designed with care and in a way that the intention was that you only need the 1 level for it to be a fulfilling game. I understand the concept. Don't get me wrong. I just, you know, more of a Castlevania guy myself. More of a Bionic Commando connoisseur. The virgin Pac-Man fan versus the average Golgo 13 enjoyer. Oh, I'm sorry, the name doesn't even say virgin, it just says average or both, yeah. Sorry, the average Pac-Man fan versus the average DuckTales 2 enjoyer. There you go. That's more on brand. We just pull pink in a little more. Yeah. And then you take the bottom tunnel where you always die. Yeah. Except you don't die. Check it out. You fool the ghosts. You have them thinking that you're right where they want you. But you never were. The going backwards strats there, you see that? Just did a little juke backwards directly into danger. Okay, I do absolutely need to get these ones up here out of the way. Come on, man. Come on, man. Dang it, they're... Okay, Red can just straight up outrun you. He is too fast. You get in a drag race with the red ghost, you're toasted. I'm not doing very well, man. I've only seen the ghost, you know, rip his sheet off, like, once. That's poor performance. You know, like, you know how I like to start by going left most of the time? Yeah, switch things up a little bit. Go right this time. Oh no, they've turned around. Oh no, they've killed me. I'm sure there exists, you know, this like big syntax, if this then that check mark list for playing Pac-Man, where they're like, if the ghosts ate their Wheaties that morning, then eat the power pellet when you have one ghost coming to the left of you, and then you blah 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 blah, and... You're gonna do me like that? That was a terrible performance there. Didn't even hit 10,000. Just bad. Bad! It's all my fault. I've ruined Pac-Man Christmas. And watch this. We just chill here. Ooh! Get pranked, ghost. I wanted the cherry. Oh, no, 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 no. I was gonna say, I'm gonna die if I go down there right there. But if I just double back, wait a second, and then go down there. I haven't hit the big 1,000 yet. That has not yet occurred. You know, when you just get that perfect line of ghosts. That's that Pac-Man Championship Edition and stuff right there. That's where that game really comes in clutch. It's pretty much the entirety of that game is just lining up like 100 ghosts and yeeting them out of the stratosphere. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. That's what the whole hook of that game is. Whereas this is a more grounded approach, and by a more grounded approach, I mean the literal original approach. Yeah, we do that. I somehow talked the pink ghost into following me that way. Was able to get the strawberry with minimal drama. Check that out, man. I'm feeling a little more powerful this time around. Maybe I don't deserve to feel that way, but I was nervous he was gonna hook a left and go right into me, but no. We're fine. Yeah. Once again with this cutscene that I just haven't seen enough of, you know. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, there's like no ghosts up there, so I can easily take this route. Incredible. Incredible. That's called planning ahead and having situational awareness of the board. They don't teach you that in Pac-Man Elementary School. Actually, that is probably the #1 first thing that you should learn if you're going to attempt to become a Pac-Man professional. Second thing is which bath soaps are the most effective. That wasn't so good. That wasn't so good. But that was one of the rare times we got to see 3 extra lives down in the corner there. So that's something, right? Just wish I didn't lose that life there. That would have made me feel so much better. Would have been a shot in the arm of confidence, pure distilled confidence that I needed. Good. Some may call it decent. And this, honestly, yeah, I'm not so happy with that engagement there. That was mostly whatever. I'm getting very nervous about how this is set up here, actually. Come on. Should have gone down and around, actually. But how could I have known that? I'm not a mind reader, you know? I'm not a mind reader, but I have the very human ability to parse artificial intelligence. Because humans made it. So we should be able to know how they think, right? Yeah, alright. Tell that to the chess robot that nobody can beat. It's all like Bong Clouds You Turn 1. Like refuses to elaborate. Leaves. Bad. How did I get 25,000 points in this game? I'm so behind. I started this off with like a couple strong rounds where I was like, yeah, man, I'm getting it. I was one day what you would have called a little pog. Ooh. Look at that, though. Just Barely got out of it. And now I mean, at least I got over 20,000, I guess, you know? But gosh, I'm no good at Pac-Man, guys. I was hoping to see some improvement beyond that 25k mark, but I wished to be good at Pac-Man, and God said no. He said, yeah, you and everyone else, punk. What makes you think you deserve it? Strawberries, I don't care. I'm trying to optimize the power pellet usage just a little bit. That was not optimal pathing here. But that's the thing, you know? That's part of what makes the game so tricky, is the whole maze is not optimal. It has you taking these bizarre side paths that never feel quite natural. But again, there's gotta be the scientifically proven perfect path. Like, maybe the trick is to go up here first. Maybe it's not to clear it, vertically, but clear it horizontally first. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Because then, you don't have to worry about going down these long and treacherous side lanes. These little gutters. You just naturally go up and down them. Maybe that's what I should be doing. Focusing, go to one corner, then go up. And it's taken me this long to figure that out. You get him, Mr. Man. That's the classic piece of trivia that you gotta say if you're playing Pac-Man, is that, you know, hey, did you know the game was called Pac-Man originally, but then they changed it to Pac-Man because they didn't want people to vandalize it, and, oh, you know, word that rhymes with Pac-Man? You all knew that. Again, that's 101 stuff there. That they do teach you in Pac-Man preschool. That's in the history of Pac-Man curriculum. Not ideal. Not ideal packaging. This is clamshell packaging here. The kind that drives you and your parents nuts on Christmas morning. However, watch this. The first 1600 of the video, about time, and a clean release. Dude. That's the best. I kind of botched up my pathing a little bit, but it wound up not mattering. Or at least not mattering too much. Because I came out with some genuinely good outcomes. Oh. Nope. And then I lost it all. Everyone I've ever known. Taken from me. That's how Pac-Man World starts, actually. $800, I'll have to accept that. And then yes. Just yes. Okay. I have 2 full lives left. I'm in that 169, you know, funny number. Go down there, hook back around. Go up here, turn left. Yeah, now you're using your noggin. Now you're thinking with portals. That's the wrong video game, but you know. I'm sure they both appear in that. However many video games you should play before you die. That book. They made albums you should listen to before you die too. I never read it. All I know is I'd probably take one look at it and say, ha, plebeian taste, at best. I don't know how I made it out of there, but I should theorize. Oh, yeah, it's this one again. There we go. Oh, no. We have revealed that he does, in fact, have a human leg. We've revealed it again. You know, at this point, I'm just happy that I got to see it again. Like that terrible Wiz Khalifa song. Tell you all about it when I grip my sheet against a pixel on the ground again. You can hit me with the whole, oh, it's a memorial song thing. I don't care. That song is bad. It's bad when it came out? It's bad. Oh, karma! I'm shit-talking the memorial song and then I get roasted. Okay, well. Can I beat the high score? I cannot flub this round up at all. I have absolutely no... Oh, God. What am I looking for? I have no wiggle room. I'm sweating, boy. I am sweating. No more sweating. I'm fine. That's a high score. Yeah! Yes! Yeah, look at that, another 25,000. Let's make it 26,000, eh? Oh, bad movement. Ah, okay. I'm fine. Fine. Not fine. Incredibly okay. Couldn't be better. No. 27,000. It's more than I could have ever dreamed. No! No, I got cornered. But 28,000, it is better. It is better. Another window just ate my RetroArch. There we go. No, we're fine. You know, every high score, if you don't let yourself feel just a little bit jubilant about it, and I don't know what you're doing, get out of my house. That said, I should maybe someday do some research into what the optimal routing is. It's not that. That we can ignore that. 28,000. Man. I'm a little overly cheery about that, but forgive me. Forgive me for that, too. Except, should I really be sorry? Everyone knows burping is comedy gold. Which really just means I've provided you with, great humor. Great comedy. As we all know, on YouTube I am under the stand-up comedy section. Now, if only Blue Boy wasn't down there just putzing around minding his own business, he could have joined that train and given us a lot of points. Matter of fact, I'm even just going to go out of my way to eat these people. Why not? I'll eat you too. I'll eat you too. Look at that. 1,600. You have a problem? Get another 400. Just like that, I can't be stopped, you know? I figured out the entire video game. Yeah, maybe taking that lower path is morally superior. Taking the low ground is morally superior. You heard it from me. ladies and gentlemen. The most messed up pathing you've ever seen in Pac-Man. What am I even doing right now? I don't know, but you know what? It's not messed up if it works. 1600 again. Just the greatest feeling on Earth. Just the worst feeling on Earth. I was feeling so good, and then, you know, I got so betrayed. I'm not gonna quote Linkin Park. I refuse. I've done it 100 times already. So many times that I've become so numb. Got him. I get it, I get it. You become big and then you eat them. We've all seen it before. We're very impressed. That seems like an okay path to take. This seems awful. What am I doing now? What have I gotten? No, no, no! Ooh, actually, yes. That was absolutely as planned. That was how we drew it up. We've been watching tape for weeks planning for this matchup, and what can we say? We know how to hit them where it hurts. We know all their weaknesses. I'm scoring better this run. Probably entirely on accident. And then, you know, you might say, hey, there weren't even any ghosts around to eat, what gives? And I tell you, I just wanted safe passage. Sometimes you just, you gotta brave it. Speaking of braving it, that ghost tried to brave it. Didn't work out well for him. Yeah, no. Oh my god! that was the greatest thing I've ever done. See, now the adrenaline's pumping. Now the game's all like, oh, heard you were talking mad shit about Pac-Man. Well, what if Pac-Man makes you feel like an absolute monster of a man? And then I'm like, oh, you got me, man. Turns out Pac-Man is more fun directly proportionately to how... directly proportionate to how good you are at it. I'm still not good at it. Come on, boys. We take the apple when we can get it, you know? You know, fair play to the blue boy. He juked me. I thought he would have been coming for me, so I backed off. I played chicken and I lost. I gotta hand it to him. Dude, we've almost beat our high score. And we're only just now seeing this cutscene. Can I set another high score? I would love to. More than anything. More than anything, he says. Got him. You thought I was gonna get got there? Think again. Put your eggs in the right basket here. Don't go betting on the loser before it's all even begun. You know, the losers are the ghosts. I thought for sure I was screwed. 31,000 points. What is going on? I've figured it out. I've discovered how to play Pac-Man. How do you play Pac-Man? You get very lucky. That's how. That's how you play Pac-Man. $10,000 melon. No. No. I'm just trying to preserve pointage here. That's all I'm going for now. Which probably means I'll die. No! Who said anything about death? No! He cut me off right there. I would have made it. I would have been so good. 35,000. It's so not incredible in the grand scheme of things, but for me, that's what 60 minutes will do to a guy right there. Man. Well, there's not enough time left in the world for me to beat that again, but hey, we have a few more minutes. I'm glad I performed well there, because that adds some much needed excitement to an otherwise kind of, admittedly bland style of video here. And again, maybe you really like the arcade style videos, in which case I really like you. Because that's what I need. That's the kind of emotional positive feedback that my lizard brain requires from you. Now I'm just kind of playing like a Joe Schmo, because I can, I don't feel the urge to play out of my gourd and, make these insane jukes or anything like that, because mostly because it's all futile, it's irrelevant. I'll never get back to that point with 3 minutes left on the clock, but dude, that 35,000 run, that's going down in history as the best I've ever played Pac-Man. That was another one of the freeware Amiga games that I would play back in the day. It was like a procedurally generated Pac-Man, basically, where it just gave you just like a totally computer-generated maze every time. Again, for the Pac-Man fanatics out there who know exactly what makes the game tick, that probably just makes the game worse. But, as a kid, it always comes back to being a kid, right? It was very fun, because it was like, whoa, it's like Pac-Man 2, except completely unofficial in every single way, and it would probably get DMCA'd in today's society, which we do live in. Alright, I'll back off. I'll back off. Yeah, shit. That one dot. That's why you don't leave one dot far away. I knew that was going to come back to bite me, and it did. Exciting. You ate one pill. I wonder what the other cutscenes are like. What else happens in a regular day in the life of Pac-Man? And when you ask questions like that, that's when you get games like Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures, which, depending on your capacity for shitposting, is either the greatest game in the world or the worst game in the world. I would like to believe that I attract a strictly shitposting audience, though, so I can remain relatively safe in my assumption that you all believe it is, in fact, the greatest game in the world. If you don't even know it, well, you're gonna have to wait for 60 minutes to lose on the Sega Genesis. It's out on Super Nintendo too, but we're gonna get to the Genesis way quicker than we're gonna get to the Super Nintendo. And by that I mean we might even actually make it to the we might even actually make it to the Genesis, which would be real fun. Talk about a system that has just like 90% hidden gems that no one's ever heard of. Well, that's not enough time to really start another round, so we'll call it there. That's Pac-Man, little bit of a lull, but that 35,000 run, that got me hyped up. As long as you can actually do better and improve and beat yourself in Pac-Man, then you can have a real good time. But if you just kind of futz around and just kind of be bad forever, it's, it kind of drains the soul a little bit there. But that's that's the game for you. I I might even like hot take this and like put it below Millipede and Joust. I know that that sounds just like absolutely insane, but I think I preferred Millipede and Joust. You can send all of your nasty hate mail to me later, but Pac-Man, it's not 100% my thing. But I'm glad I played it for an hour anyway. Played the NES port, a perfectly playable port, not as shiny as the arcade, but perfectly playable. When next we meet, we're going back to the Sega Master System to play Blade Eagle 3D. All I know about it is it's a shmup, and it's a Master System shmup, so it might not be good. But we'll give it its fair shot before we bring the guillotine down on it here. So join me then for Blade Eagle 3D. Hope you enjoyed Pac-Man. We'll see you next time.